The old man poured boiling water into the sink, then added the modeling clay. After it melted, he took it out, kneaded it into a special shape, and pressed it firmly into a mold. A realistic-looking toy gun was now ready. Next, the old man knocked on a door, and handed the fake gun to his accomplice. At the same time, 2 other hijackers rushed out. The group quickly overpowered everyone on the plane. They then took a flight attendant hostage, and forced her to reveal who the air marshal was, to prevent anyone from getting hurt. The air marshal had no choice but to surrender. The hijackers immediately confiscated his weapon, and were about to take him away, when a heavy-set man suddenly resisted, shouting for help from the other passengers. Unfortunately, everyone was too terrified to intervene. The man was beaten to the ground, and lay motionless. The plane fell into complete silence. The hijackers raised their flag triumphantly, chanting their terrorist group's slogans loudly. Meanwhile, the pilot finally noticed the commotion in the cabin, and quickly radioed the ground on a specific frequency, reporting that the plane had been hijacked. At the same time, the hijackers were confiscating passengers' phones, and moving everyone to the economy class for easier control. Once that was done, they took the flight attendant to the cockpit again, threatening the pilot to divert the plane to Kourou Airport, and demanding the government release their captured leader, or they would kill everyone on board. But what no one knew was that they weren't the only hijackers on the plane. A man secretly glanced at the flight attendant. They seemed to have known each other all along. Their real target was a secret shipment of diamonds worth $1 billion on the plane. These diamonds were purchased by the Interior Minister to launder black money. To ensure their safe transport, the seller had implemented multiple security measures. The safe was carried by an individual whose identity was kept secret. Opening the safe required 2 passwords, one held by the seller, the other by the minister. The SIM card in the phone had an activated tracking system. Any tampering would trigger an immediate alert. Most importantly, the diamonds were insured for a huge sum. Everything seemed foolproof, but the seller didn't expect betrayal from within. One of his own conspired with the minister's secretary, offering to split the diamonds 50-50 if the secretary handed over the minister's half of the password. Given the minister's high-profile status and the massive insurance payout, even if the diamonds were stolen, the minister wouldn't suffer any losses, and would likely avoid a high-profile investigation. Because of the phone's tracking system, Rashi had to act mid-flight, so he teamed up with the flight attendant, Nia. They didn't know who the courier was, but for security reasons, the company required the courier to abstain from eating or drinking during the trip. Ironically, this very detail became the key to identifying the courier. As Nia went around asking questions, she quickly pinpointed the target. Later, while serving meals, she accidentally spilled a tray. To avoid drawing attention, the courier had no choice but to go clean up in the restroom. Seizing the opportunity, Rashi stood up, but just as he was about to make his move, the other group of hijackers ruined the plan.